What is up, guys? It's Mekabre. We're back here with yet another Destiny 2 video, and in today's video, we are going to be covering some stuff that came out in the TWAB this week at Bungie on the 29th of April. And oh boy, let me just say this one is jam-packed. I know I've done have a couple videos like this. I think I'm gonna start making news videos like this, and then depending on what's going on or if I have another quality idea on the time to do it, putting together another video for Saturday. And in exchange for that, we're going to possibly be talking about cutting the podcast down to once a month. Um, I'm finding it a little difficult to find time to record those, to take time out of playing and all that. But additionally, it's a little difficult to find stuff to talk about unless it's always Destiny 2. And I don't know if you guys like always Destiny 2. So let me know in the comment section down below if I should cut out one of the podcasts or if I should continue making two each month. I'm fine with it either way. I would just kind of need to know and make sure that you guys are okay with it either way as well. Keep in mind that the goal we have at the time you're watching this video, it will be, well, let's see, the 1st of May. Unfortunately, we did not reach our goal. I think we finished at 41 out of 50 subs, which is sad seeing as how we were at one point at 42. But no worries. We'll look into that goal later on down the road. Now let's jump into the TWAB this week. Okay, and let me just say, there are a lot of things in here that I feel like a lot of people skipped over and didn't really care about. And there's also, pardon me, there's also a lot of things in here that people are freaking out about for really no reason. So let's just start where it all starts. This week at Bungie, we set the starting line. The season of the Chosen is starting to wind down, and we are preparing to transition into season of Redacted. While things are winding down, many of you are still on the path to finish your seasonal challenges. While some activities have come and gone, and there's still ample time for you to complete the challenges that require longer time commitments, Nightfalls have double rewards this week for those on the hunt for sweet legendary roles. Next week, Double Infamy will help you finish up in the In It for Infamy challenge. Guardians can now complete the final seasonal challenge week as part of Bungie rewards. You can redeem the free Thrill of the Chase emblem, and as you complete the Master of All Triumph. So, guys, I will have a couple screenshots up here of what I am reading. Let me just say, I really like this emblem. It looks very, very clean. I know I've been rocking like pretty much only the one from Guardian Games because I really like this new one from Guardian Games. But this one is super, super clean. Highly recommend trying to get it. For those of you who maybe have just recently started playing the game again, Ashton and Jacob, um, and maybe you're looking to play a little bit more in the future weeks before work starts back up or before school, whatever the case may be, and you just want to kind of get into it a little bit more, I highly recommend going through and choosing a few of these challenges to work on because they're great sources for XP and additionally for some Bright Dust. Now this week we're focusing on upcoming weapon buffs as well as setting the stage for the Vault of Glass World First slash Second, Second slash First, however you would like to look at it, race. Then let's get into it. So real quick, this next section is talking purely about Vault of Glass. If you're not going to participate at all, or you're not even interested in it, feel free to skip ahead until the timestamp in the bottom left corner where I tell you where the weapon stuff is. So let's jump into the Vogue stuff. In case you haven't heard, Vault of Glass is coming to Destiny 2 for the first time next season. And though we haven't released Season of the Redacted yet, we want to make sure that we have time to make any arrangements necessary if you are planning on taking on the challenge of getting a VOG raid clear on day 1, which is the raid race. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to do this and I will have a group together. We shall see. Vault of Glass will go live on May 22nd at 10 a.m. PDT. That's right, Guardians. Guardians will be going up against Atheon in less than a month. The story isn't changing, but you may notice other differences. Our goal was to keep the feeling similar to how you remember, but we have made some updates to bring this content up to Destiny 2 standards. We don't want to spoil anything, though. Experience it for yourself starting May 22nd. So that's right, May 22nd. The new season comes out on a Tuesday, May 11th. So you have a full 11 days after new season, a full reset, a weekly reset, and more. Okay, so there's plenty of time to get ready for this. But keep going. It's a race. The world's first races have been exciting events over the year. They're going to go on and just talk about what they wanted to do. Here's the stuff that you really need to know. I will have screenshots showing everything I just decided to skip over reading. Vault of Glass will launch with contest mode, and it'll be enabled for the first 24 hours. You'll need to be at 1300 power to be at the cap for all of the encounters. That is incredible. You have no idea how happy this makes me. I have a friend that I am hoping to be on this team. You guys may know him as Jaren, or perhaps as Jez Keyfall. He is currently sitting at like 1264, and hasn't touched the game in a hot minute. For good reasons, okay? But he wants to be on our day one raid, and I would like him to be on our team because comedic relief, right? And he kind of knows what he's doing in terms of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 stuff because he's been here for a hot minute. But getting him to 1310 in the time that we had available was going to be a struggle. Even getting him to 1320 after the new season dropped was going to be a struggle. So it is super, super nice to hear that we'll need to be 1300 to be at that cap. Then they go on to say, clearing Vaults of Glass with contest mode active is the first step to access the new challenge mode in the director and the Tempo's Edge Triumph. Completing Tempo's Edge, a curated list of triumphs in this newly unlocked challenge mode, will be how a fire team crosses the world's first finish line and claims their prize. To enforce the triumph requirements in challenge mode, your team will wipe if you fail the success conditions during each encounter. So, oh my goodness, they're essentially adding two things. First, you complete the raid, congrats. But if you're going for that world's first, you have to turn around and go back into it. But here's the catch. It's now more difficult. It's challenge mode, quote unquote. And there's special triumphs you have to do during this challenge mode. Special challenges inside that mode, okay? If you don't complete those, your team wipes. You have to try again. Let's see how difficult this will be. I have a feeling it's going to be quite a bit, because sometimes learning the challenges takes forever. As we saw with Deepstone, it took no time at all, but there have been other raids in the past where some of the challenges, they take a hot second, and they're honestly a little confusing. So I wonder if this will be the same. What's the prize? Well, there will be this silver belt. It has the world's first. You have your Prime Guard, which is the clan. It's actually Dato's math class now, but it's the clan that originally won world's first of VOG back in D1. But this one's going to be silver instead of gold, and there will also be an emblem for those who complete it. So pretty sweet. Boom! Now we're talking about weapons. So for those of you who skipped the VOG stuff, highly encourage go back and watch it later if you didn't have time now, but let's jump into the weapon stuff. So they're going to talk real quick about the roles of heavy weapons, and I'll post screenshots as I'm talking about this right now. But I think it's pretty much some stuff that if you kind of don't know, you're lacking a little bit of common sense, or maybe it's something that you just haven't played the game for in a hot minute and you kind of forgot. So quick refresher, boom, on screen right now. Now, what do they want to do? Well, they're trying to make sure that every weapon is used to some degree. So how are they doing this? Well, let's just start, I guess, with 450 auto rifles? Sure, why not? So essentially 450 is dropped behind, so now in Crucible more than likely, not talking PvE, we'll see, maybe. Increased precision auto rifle damage per bullet from 17 to 18 now. So things like your shadow price in the Crucible are going to deal just a little bit more damage. They also added a rare machine gun and bow this past season, but they want to make sure that every class of weapon or archetype of weapon is available. So linear fusion rifle, there will be an additional linear fusion rifle and breach grenade launcher that are blue moving forward. Now moving into linear fusion rifles. Here's the big stuff. Increased precision damage by 15% and increased reserve ammo by 20%. We've seen this 15% buff a lot lately. First we saw it with swords way back when, and now we saw it with rocket launchers just this past season. Now we're seeing it with linear fusion rifles. This 15% buff is insane, and I think it's going to change quite a few linear fusion rifles, but I'll explain a little more in a second. The reserve ammo is always nice. I feel like of all the heavy weapons, besides rocket launchers, I'm running out of ammo the most when using a linear fusion rifle. So increasing that reserve ammo just by a little bit is going to help out. keep in mind, all of these buffs are going to occur to the weapons that are exotic as well. So, as you may recall, this sleeper simulant weapon that has kind of disappeared off of everyone's radar for the past couple seasons may actually now be worth using, especially if you have its catalyst already complete, so keep that in mind. Fusion rifles, they increase the damage fall off start distance for fusion rifles. No effect on 100 range stat, and it's only a +2 meter on 0 range stat. So, kind of nice there. They're trying to make sure that fusion rifles aren't going to be broken, but let's be honest, they're going to be broken. Now, after that, we have some stuff changing in terms of weapon perks. This is another huge deal, something Bungie's talked about for a long time. A lot of people have complained about, and I'm kind of glad to see some of these changes. Let's talk first subsistence. Essentially, they don't like how when you use it, while you're getting ammo back after kills, it's great, but your reserve ammo is like gone, and that you run out of ammo all the time. So it's become commonplace that if you have an SMG or an auto rifle with it, you pretty much just have to delete it because it's not any good. But now it's not going to reduce that reserve ammunition anymore. Or reduce, sorry. And submachine guns are going to receive the same ammo fraction per takedown that auto rifles do. So it was 10% like most weapons, but now 17% is the same as the auto rifles. High impact reserves and under pressure, these are just now active all the time as their conditions are met. Evidently there was some issues with that, so that's fixed now. Unrelenting, it's now going to be easier to trigger in PvP. Specifically, if you kill a major with a weapon that has unrelenting, it's going to heal you immediately, and it's going to heal 20% more than what it once had. Sympathetic Arsenal, another one that a lot of people, I mean, it's a good perk, and a lot of people ignore it. I myself ignore it all the time. I have a couple weapons in my vault that have it in case I feel like using it, but not very often. This now grants 20 plus reload in addition to its primary effect. For those of you who don't remember what it does, when getting a kill with this weapon, it reloads the other weapons that are stored, I think. Next one, Dragonfly. This is fixed, so now it's going to work on heavy shanks and servitors, and it's going to occur even faster than after the season of the Chosen fix. So be on the lookout. Maybe Dragonfly would be a little better. We'll see. Hipfire Grip, this is getting a small buff. They're calling it a huge buff for reasons that math makes no sense to me, evidently. But keep in mind that 1 degree precision hipfire angle threshold and a plus 1.2 times reticle stickiness fall off distance. So, if you know what that means, congrats, you're cool, I am not. But they're making some changes to that. They do go on to say that it doesn't seem like it's that much, but these caps are going to essentially be a lot higher to hopefully make it a little better, but not crazy good. The Iron Grip, Iron Gaze, and Iron Reach perks on your Iron Banner weapons, they're going to reduce the secondary stat penalty from -40 to -30. So, for example, I believe it was your Iron Grip. It's going to increase your stability but decrease your reload speed, perhaps. Iron Gaze is going to increase your target acquisition but decrease your range or something. Or no, maybe yeah, something along those lines. They each have their own specialties. Those are going to be a little less now, but not all that much. Osmosis and Elemental Capacitor. Essentially, they're adding stasis stuff now. For Osmosis, it's just going to be a stasis weapon, pretty much. And for Elemental Capacitor, a stasis subclass is going to grant recoil direction and reduces ADS move speed penalty. So, kind of cool there. Kind of cool. No distractions. There's an exotic that's getting a change down below, and just the sniper rifle flinch changes that were made past season of the Chosen. Click the video in the top right corner to see me complain about that. But essentially, you're going to reduce the trigger time, so from 1.5 seconds as what it currently is, down to 1 second, and you're going to increase flinch reduction from 30 to 35. This is incredible, seeing as how I have one of my favorite snipers, Succession, with no distractions. Snapshot, and even with no distractions, I feel like I get flinched so much. So hopefully this helps with that just a little bit. We already know our celerity and bottomless grief changes, but here's a picture. Feel free to pause the video and check them out. And Thresh also has been fixed. Here's another picture that just in case. A couple mods that are getting changed: Adept Mag and Adept Targeting. Secondary stat penalty is going from -20 to -15, and fixed Adept Mag not granting reserves when applied to a sword. Just some nice stuff going on there. Adept Counterbalance, increased recoil direction benefit. Another nice thing there. Some quality changes to the mods. Now let's move on to two exotic changes. Mida Multi-Tool. You guys may know, I have talked about this several times. Matter of fact, I'm currently working through it right now. Mida has a catalyst, and it also has a relatively fast reload, but its catalyst gives it outlaw. That's now getting changed to no distractions, so it'll be just a little bit better. We'll see if it's actually any good in the Crucible. I think Dado made a comment the other day. Get ready for everyone to have a video about, oh my goodness, Mida actually cracked in Crucible now? Which, let me just say, if you take the time to aim, Mida's actually not bad in Crucible. I've been working on the catalyst there, and hey, it's not bad. This is before the changes, obviously. Hawkman, also the priority of Paracausal Charge and Paracausal Shot. That text, that buff, is just going to be a lot easier to see and keep track of. Now, keep in mind, they're going to go on, they're going to talk real quick. Shotguns, they don't want them to just completely disappear. They don't want the maps to be all snipe, all fusion rifle, all that stuff. So they are going to keep an eye on them and continue tuning them, but they hope that the map design's not the only factor and that it's more weapon tuning to come, essentially. They also know that Dead Man's is going to be super strong with the upcoming 120 nerf, seeing as how Dead Man's actually competes with sniper rifles at this point and scout rifles, other scout rifles. It's ridiculous, especially while it's in hipfire. So they do have a nerf coming to that, but they didn't want to do it right yet. So if you are one of those people that loves using Deadman's and know it's really, really good, take the time, use it now before it's nerfed into the ground. And the last thing is they are going to be cautious with fusion rifles. They know they're bumping them up quite a bit and they don't want to do too much too fast. So keep an eye out maybe for a nerf come next season or middle of next season. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit of a longer one. There's a lot to be covered here. And with that, I have nothing else to say except for get back to grinding, you crazy guardians.